myself Professor Sandhya V from Department of Physics, Cambridge Institute of Technology. In this video, I am giving a demonstration of how to perform laser diffraction experiment. In this experiment, we are finding wavelength of a laser source. The source of light here is a semiconductor laser source whose wavelength we are finding out using the diffraction method. For diffraction to happen, we need an obstacle whose size is comparable to that of wavelength of light. Hence, we are using this grating. Grating is a simple glass plate on which number of parallel lines are drawn using a tip of diamond. Now you can notice on this grating, it is mentioned 500 LPI. That means the grating constant is 500 LPI. Grating constant means the distance between two adjacent lines in a grating or number of lines per unit length. Here it is mentioned 500 LPI, which means in 1 inch there are 500 lines parallelly drawn and each line would act like an obstacle and hence diffraction can happen. So let us see what is the experimental setup. Semiconductor laser is placed here and grating is placed in front of the semiconductor laser. So the grating is mounted on a stand here whose grating constant is 500 LPI as mentioned. The distance between the grating stand and a screen, the screen is maintained about 100 centimeters. And on the screen we have placed a graph sheet to mark the diffraction pattern happening. So let us switch on this switch and see the diffraction pattern happening. So the moment I switch on this switch here, we notice that the diffraction pattern is recorded, seen on the graph sheet. The diffraction pattern is such that, as we can easily notice here, the central dot has a maximum intensity and the pattern maximas on both the sides, the intensity goes on decreasing. The center spot where the intensity is maximum is due to 0th order of diffraction. The first point on either sides are due to first order of diffraction. The second points on either side of the central maxima are due to second order of diffraction. So as we notice here, for higher order of diffraction, the intensity of the light goes on reducing. Now, what we are supposed to do is, using a pencil, we have to mark the center of all this diffraction pattern. So first let us mark, I am marking here the central maximum and I am marking here C below this. Because the intensity of the laser light is so high that I won't be knowing which point I have already marked, which is my center point. Hence I have marked it as C. And let me mark 5 to 6 points on either sides of the central maxima. The points whatever we are marking are the maximas of diffraction. So I have marked 5 points on one side and let me mark 5 points on the other side. So when we switch off the laser light, this is how the diffraction pattern appears. C refers to the central maxima and I have marked the points on both the sides. I have marked equally 5 points on both the sides. So once we have marked the diffraction pattern, we have to measure the distance of one order of diffraction on either sides. That means the first point here marked on either side of the central maxima are due to first order of diffraction. So let us measure the total distance between these 2 points. This can be done by using a measuring scale. So we have measured the distance between these 2 points, that is, which are due to first order of diffraction, and the distance is written as 2x1 is equal to 2.8 centimeters. Similarly, the second points on either side of the central maxima are due to second order of diffraction and the distance between these 2 points are measured, written it as 2x2 equals 5.2 centimeters. So similarly, the same method is followed and the distance between the either order of diffraction for various points marked here are noted down. So this is a representative diagram of the diffraction pattern whatever we have marked on the screen. This point refers the grating. F refers to the distance from grating to the screen. we had kept f, the distance, as 100 centimeters, a constant distance. And theta, the angle marked here, refers to the angle of diffraction. The wavelength of the laser source is calculated by using the formula lambda is equal to d sine theta upon m, where d is grating constant. Grating constant can also be defined as number of lines per unit length. Hence, d can be written as 1 by n. Hence, substituting d as 1 by n, lambda can be written as sine theta upon n into m, where m is the order of diffraction. So, m starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, depending on how much ever points we have marked. And angle of diffraction, in the formula we have theta here for the lambda, where theta refers to angle of diffraction. Angle of diffraction is calculated by the formula tan inverse of xm by f. Now xm refers to the distance for the respective order of diffraction. If I am calculating theta for first order of diffraction, I'll refer to the distance x1. If I am calculating theta for the second order of diffraction, I'll be referring to the distance x2. Is ತೋರಿಸಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಚೂರು ಮೇಲೆ ಎಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್. Okay, now n is number of lines per unit length, that is 500 LPI, whatever was marked on the grating. Now n should be converted to number of lines per meter, because ultimately the wavelength lambda should be in meters. Hence n, which is written as number of 500 lines per inch, should be converted to number of lines per meter. So this is the process. 500 LPI could be written as 500 upon 1 inch, lines per inch. Now let us convert this to centimeter. We know 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So if I divide 500 by 2.54, I get 196.85 lines per centimeter. So converting this into meter, we get 19685 per meter. So n value will be a constant for all the values of calculation we do for different orders of diffraction. Here I have a sample tabular column. So in this column we are writing the order of diffraction depending on how much ever points we have marked. I have written here a sample of two values. Say 2x1, the distance due to first order of diffraction is 2.6 centimeters. Let us divide by 2, because x will give us average distance of the point from the central maxima. Now theta is calculated by tan inverse of xm, that is the distance from the central maxima upon f. So substituting theta x as 1.3 and f as 100 centimeters, we get theta as 0.74. The next column refers to sin theta, which is a simple sin theta conversion using a calculator. So once we know sin theta, we can find out lambda. That is, here it is mentioned sin theta upon nm will be lambda 1. Sin theta, whatever we have got obtained from the tabular column, I am writing here. N we have just calculated it as 19685 into order of diffraction is 1. So on substituting, I get lambda as 609 nanometers. Lambda to be written in nanometers. Repeat the same procedure for the second order of diffraction. So for the second order of diffraction, say the 2x value is 5.2, then x will be 2.6. 5.2, 2.6 we have obtained from the graph, which we have already measured. From this, substituting x as 2.6 and f as 100, theta is obtained as 1.48 and sin theta becomes 0.025. The lambda calculation for the second order of diffraction would be sin theta upon nm. Sin theta in this case is 0.025 upon 19685, which is common for all the values, into the order of diffraction now is 2. Calculating, we get 635 nanometers. So similarly, the same procedure to be employed, and repeatedly we have to follow the same procedure to find out lambda for different orders of diffraction. Say we have marked 5 points, we have to do the same calculation for 5 different values and finally take the average. Now this average refers to these two values only, but students have to normally note down of 5 or 6 orders of diffraction. Now this average value refers to the wavelength of the laser source. Hence, I can write the wavelength of the given laser source as 622 nanometers, which I have obtained by the average values of these lambda values. Thank you.